Go to Apple App Store. It's that simple. You have three choices. Just type in TuneIn Radio. Once the app is downloaded, search for DZRJ 810 AM. For Radio Garden app, once it's downloaded, search for DZRJ 810 AM. And for Streama app, that's STREEMA. And once it's downloaded, search for DZRJ 810 AM. And now you can enjoy DZRJ 810 AM anytime and anywhere. Hey, it's free.
You are watching the multi-awarded Radio Bandido TV on Channel 224 Sky Cable and TV Plus boxes. Simulcast on DZRJ 810 AM. Informing, advising, and entertaining the Filipinos and OFWs around the world. Streaming live on www.facebook.com/DZRJ 810 AM or on YouTube, channel RJAM News. To all Teleradio Bandido viewers and listeners, you can now watch Teleradio Bandido on our new YouTube channel, RJAM News. Hit the subscribe button and like the video. Don't forget to click the bell icon so you get notified when a new video gets uploaded. Don't miss out on our dynamite lineup.
Mga kababayan, magsama-sama na tayo. Joy Belmonte, handang tumulong. Tulong-tulong, tuluyan-tulong. Joy Belmonte, ng Quezon City. Tuloy ang serbisyo. Tuloy ang progreso. Si Joy Belmonte, ng Quezon City. Joy Belmonte, handang tumulong. Tulong-tulong, tuluyan-tulong. Joy Belmonte, ng Quezon City.
A straight question deserves a straight answer. Presenting straight from Radio Bandido in partnership with the Philippine Star. An ongoing question and answer series with candidates for the May 2022 elections. This week's candidate, Bongbong Marcos, answers the question straight. This is straight from Radio Bandido.
Senator Marcos, you are leading in the polls in spite of many sectors hitting you. You have shown equanimity and you never hit back, which is good, because you seem like you want to reach out and unite the country. My question is, will you and how?
We must. Again, the present administration cannot continue with the polarization that there are some sectors, especially in the political arena, seem to be intent on making worse and worse and dividing the country. If there is one lesson that we have learned in this pandemic, is that every Filipino needs help. It doesn't matter how powerful you are. It doesn't matter how rich you are. It doesn't matter what your position is in society. Everyone needs help to recover from the pandemic. And we cannot expect others to help us, other countries, even our friends around the world, because they have their own problems. So the only one, ang lagi kong nababanggit, ang maaasahan lang nating natutulong sa Pilipino, yung mga Pilipino din. And to be able to do that, to be able to recover, we have to bring Filipinos together. Look, I understand that there are many positions in the political spectrum that we face. But I think the one thing we can agree on is that we love our countrymen. We love our country. So let's work with that as the beginning point. And that's when I talk about unity, that's when I talk about pagkakaisa. Yan ang aking ibig sabihin. Pagkasunduan muna natin na tayo naman mga Pilipino, nagmamahal tayo sa kapwa Pilipino at mahal natin ang bansang Pilipinas. Kaya lahat ng gagawin natin, doon natin, kahit na hindi tayo magkasundo sa lahat ng ibang bagay, doon naman tayo magkasundo. Tulungan muna natin ang Pinas. Tulungan muna natin ang Pinoy. That's what I mean about unification. No? It is sometimes misinterpreted as a political unification. Well, maybe that will come too, but that's not necessarily what I'm talking about. And so we need to find the best people, the best Filipinos to come and help government, to come and help private sector, to come and help ordinary citizens. We need everyone. We need everybody's help. We cannot say, hindi, kami lang ang marunong, kami lang ang magaling, kami lang ang tama, kami lang ang mahusay, kami lang ang mabuting tao, kayo, masasama kayong lahat, kung hindi tayo magkasama. Hindi po pwede yan. Walang mangyayari sa atin. That kind of politics, yung mga cancel culture, yung mga ganun yung mga nangyayari ngayon. Ang naitutulong sa tao yan eh. So we have to really change our thinking and move away from this polarizing politics, and we have to find a better way and unify the country, because we have very many problems that we face, and there's much work that needs to be done, and not one person can do it, not the government by itself can do it, not the private sector by itself can do it, but we have to really all come together, agree, come to a consensus on what we need to do to bring the country forward, and work in that direction. And that's what I mean about pagkakaisa and unity.
Senator Marcos, just to add to that, we know that this is your campaign message. Does it also mean that you're willing to bring in members of the opposition when you are in the administration to come in and help?
When the elections are over, there is no longer opposition and there is no longer, wala na yan. Tapos na yung eleksyon namili na yung tao. Ngayon, lahat tayo pwede ba mag-usap tayo kung ano yung maitutulong ninyo? Are you ready to help the government? Ito yung iniisip namin na kailangan gawin. It turns out that despite the fact that you came from another party, you're the best expert on this subject. Please come and help us because we need your help. So we need ang daming magaling Pilipino. It's just ang dami talaga nating magagaling na Pilipino, and they are excelling abroad. Filipinos always excel. Let's bring the talent back here to the Philippines. Let's bring the talent. Let's collect the talent and apply it all to this recovery that we're talking about. Recovery from the pandemic, recovery of the economy. In the context of the global economy, etc., we have to understand COVID changed everything. And the old solutions, the economic theories, the post-industrial, neo-Keynesian, all of these economic theories changed, no longer apply because everything changed. And we have to have this fine minds that I know Filipinos have to analyze and to be able to understand the direction that the global economy is moving, where are the areas that the Philippines can participate and flourish. And this is the kind of advice, this is the kind of thinking that we are going to need to be successful in the next administration. So the political color of someone will become secondary to their expertise and their willingness to work to make things better.
Very well said, sir.
That was straight from Radyo Bandido. Stay tuned daily till Election Day for this ongoing series.
Vloggers, Pugad Vloggers. Ang kurap titirisin, salot sa bayan wawalisin, walang sasantuhin. Ang saya-saya, nakakabaliw, kasama natin ang tropang Pugad Vloggers. Pugad Vloggers.
Ayan, good evening mga kapugad. This is Attorney Darwin Cañete. We are of course here at Pugad Vloggers. Ako po ang inyong host ngayon. Hopefully, Attorney Tom Berenguer will join us in the broadcast. But meanwhile, I'd like to greet all of you as good evening. Thank you sa mga nag-join sa atin sa various platform ng Pugad Vloggers, no? Unang-una yung nasa radyo, nakikinig sa amin, DZRJ 810 AM. Kayo po ang mga loyal listeners namin. Kung nasaan man kayo ngayong oras, kayo kumakain, nagda-drive, pauwi na. So thank you for joining us and I hope you enjoyed the broadcast. Nandito rin po yung mga nasa live sa Facebook, sa sumusunod sa amin. Thank you. Like, share, and follow din po sa aming Facebook page, no, DZRJ 810 AM on Facebook. Meron din po kaming simulcast sa YouTube. So makikita nyo rin po kami. Like, share, and subscribe because it's a social media platform. And of course, we have the usual streaming. We have the Radio Garden app and we are also live simulcast sa cable channel 224, no? Thank you for joining us tonight. All right. As you noticed, starting yesterday, na nauna po ang putol na question and answer nung kandidatong si dating Senator, now presidential candidate Bongbong Marcos. And isa sa mga naitanong sa kanya nung dalawang aming panelists, no? One of them, of course, is the Miss Bea Jacinto. Was with respect kung ano yung platform niya. And Philstar, I think, published small blurb in their social media page. Ayaw ko lang kung nailagay nila sa kanilang main news page, but nasabi niya na when asked, the platform of the candidate is unity. No, I'm not going to promote any of them in this program, no. Kahit sino sa kanila. That would be on my views on that are also public knowledge, but I'm not within the campaign period pushing anybody to win in any particular office. But unity is a good theme. You know, the reason why this sometimes nare-reduce sa ganitong hello, Panyero, no? Attorney Tom has joined me. I was talking about BBM's spiel tungkol doon sa unity. So sabi ko kako, you know, let's take that up kasi a lot of people think, you know, the unity is not a platform. And you can never really expect the entire population to unite behind one person. We have the most popular president sitting now, President Rodrigo Roa Duterte, and the most that he can manage was 97%. Di ba?
That's bad.
That's bad.
That's very bad. Diba?
Kasi mali ang perception nila na kapag nagsabi ang isang kandidato na unity, ibig sabihin, kung kahit hindi mo siya supportahan, that will automatically mean that the idea of unity is a joke. Diba? Parang sabi nila, hindi naman mangyari yan. So he's asking for the impossible. But I think that's a misconception. Pag sinabing unity, it's more of getting the enough working support from the population to push forward what may turn out to be unpopular decisions. Diba? Let's look at Tukhang, nung nangyari sa Tukhang. Diba? President Duterte was so popular pushing that sa una. And he was able to do so much until it became unpopular.
And Anyway, before I start, di ba? Good evening to everybody. Good evening, paring Darwin. Good evening, mga kapugad. Sorry again, I'm late, di ba? It's just so much work dumarating.
Kasi nagre-reopen na ngayon ng economy.
Nagre-reopen na eh. Pare, ang mahirap doon, pare, nag-e-enjoy ako yung mga online hearing eh. Ngayon, nag-i-email sa akin, attorney, in court tayo ha.
pero okay pa rin naman
yung ako na maaga, 'di ba?
Right.
Bibihis na naman.
Yeah. Pero ano pero ano balik yung mga pleadings pa rin, you can still file online.
Yeah, you can file online, 'di ba? Wala namang problema. But you know, again, 'di ba, hearing sometimes, 'di ba, you don't really need to be there in person. That's just me, 'di ba?
Yeah.
That's just me. Anyway, di ba, let's be united. Again, di ba? Di ba?
Anong ganap?
Alam mo pare, yung sinasabing unity, ako for me, di ba? Hindi ko na nga pinapatulan yung issue na yan. Kasi people who are saying or accusing the unity of saying that unity is not a platform of government, you're betraying your ignorance. Di ba? They are not saying that it is their platform. They are just saying that let us unite.
Mm-hmm.
Diba, they're not saying that everybody should all agree 100%. That's not possible. But, you know, like for example, when it comes to COVID, diba?
Yeah.
Simple. Ano ang panawagan ng gobyerno? Mag-mask tayong lahat. Regardless of your political affiliation, for crying out loud, diba, mag-mask ka pag lalabas ka. Hindi ko naman tinatanong sa iyo na kung maka-Duterte ka, mag-mask ka. Kung maka-Leni ka, huwag ka mag-mask. 'Di ba? Lalo na yung mga nakabigote diyan. Ay. 'Di ba?
Parang tinamaan ako doon na. Bigote ako. Bigote ako.
'Di ba? Delikado ka, sinasabi ko sa iyo. Nakapangayin ka. Tangayin ka ng current.
Yeah.
'Di ba? Ng water current. Yan, 'di ba? So, yun lang, 'di ba mga kaibigan, it's just a simple call, 'di ba? Let's try to agree on certain basic precepts. 'Di ba? Like for example, democracy. Let's respect everybody. Even if you disagree with the reasoning or the choice of somebody, you respect it. That is unity also.
Yes.
'Di ba? You people, di ba, you're nitpicking na lang, you're just finding fault na lang.
Yung
diba? Kasi let's face it, di ba? I mean, you know, the camp, I mean, our side, I would honestly say our side is also guilty of the same thing, nitpicking.
Yes.
Di ba? But ang tanong ko dyan is, sino ba nag-umpisa? Di ba? Sino ba nag-umpisa? Hindi ba kayo? Pati yung pagsuot ng barong ni Presidente Duterte, yung mga t-shirt niya, the way he talks.
Diba? But the way he speaks in allegories or, colorful siya magsalita, may gumagamit siya ng figure of speech. Iniintindi nila as literal.
Yeah.
Pag nagbibiro, siniseryoso, alam mo naman Bisaya pare, meron, I am not saying all of it, no? Pero as I understand it, we have sometimes this black humor Yung meron kaming humor na inappropriate in a certain sense, but it's understood as humor.
Yeah, pero pare, di ba, ako naman, ang sagot ko dyan is that is not only confined to the Visayas. Everybody in this country, whether Ilocano, Bisaya, Bicolano, Tagalog, Ilonggo, Waray, lahat yan, di ba, we have our own way of humor.
Yes.
Di ba, like for example, the Bisaya, di ba, the Tagalog expression, di ba, like, pare, ang hirap ng ganito. Ganun ba? Di pa kamatay ka na.
Right.
That's, di ba, they are not taking it literally. Di ba?
Yes.
Nilalagyan nila lagi ng kulay.
Yes.
Kaya ngayon, di ba, gusto nyo lagyan ng kulay o sineryoso ngayon, yung sinasabi yung santo nila, si Noynoy Aquino, na magpapasagasa sa tren. Di ba?
Yes.
So what's the difference? Pareho lang yun
Yes. the way they also characterize yung anything that is not dilaw or pink in this case, good and evil kaagad yung narrative. Look at what they did with Lenny. Ang isa sa mga ginagawa nila ngayon is to make her appear as saintly. To the point na merong naglabas ng isang meme na image ng Virgin Mary, superimpose yung kanyang muka. It's a meme. And there's another one wherein God was making the miracle of the 5,000 loaves. Nasa gilid yung standee ni Lenny. And then we have the image now of Lenny in the church being kung ano-anong ceremony man yun.
I think yun pare, appropriate yun, yung lagi siya nakaluhod. Ay.
Bad ka.
Kasi di ba lumulod kasi nga nagdadasal, di ba?
Yes. But the sprayer is in full view of inside the church, and then ang decor ng church itself, the inside. We're not talking about what happened with Mike Bilardi and El Shaddai na it's not a church, it's a public place. In-endorse siya with BBM. But with respect to Lenny,
it was a casual meeting, di ba?
Casual meeting,
di ba? It was in a sala or something, di ba?
Right. Or nandoon sa isang actual stage. Still not a holy place.
Yes.
It's not a place of worship. Here,
hindi siya banal na lugar.
Correct. 'Di ba? Hindi kasi pinapalabas nila kasi santa. So lahat ng nilalakaran, everything Lenny visits is holy.
Yeah.
The image raised there to associate goodness and holiness to the optics. Optics to eh. Nakikita ng mata at nasi-symbolize na yun ang pinifixate sa mind. This is optics. Na good Lenny, bad BBM. 'Di ba? And nagkakaroon na ng fanaticism doon sa side nila, making it na lahat ng mga boboto for BBM is an evil person. Nagkakaroon na ng division between families eh. Tatay sa nanay, mag-anak, 'di ba? Anybody who does not express fanatical support for Lenny is deemed automatically evil. Yun ang masama. Yun.
Well, ako pare, I don't mind that, di ba? Honesty. I don't really mind that, di ba? Who are you to judge me? Bakit? Sino ba kayo?
Right.
Di ba? No, kung evil ako because for example, I intend to vote for BBM o di evil na.
Tama.
Di ba? Pero ito na sabihin ko, huwag kayo hihingi ng tulong sa akin, ha? Huwag kayo lalapit sa akin. Nasabi sa inyo. Wala kayong makukuha sa akin. Ni isang kusing. You get me as your lawyer, di ba? Huhubarang kita. Pati yung mga apu-apuhan nyo. Yung kinabukasan ng apo nyo, isasanla nyo para bayaran ako. Sinasabi ko sa inyo.
Brother, papunta tayo sa latest developments. You're talking about the new appointees in COMELEC. We have George Garcia, Attorney Neri, I forgot and I don't know, I don't want to mispronounce.
Pangarungan. Yeah.
Yes. So may nakita ko sa social media this Gab Pangilinan who reacted. Bakit blatant na, parang bakit nagpalit ng COMELEC sa gitna timing, no? Parang something similar to I cannot remember the exact quote. Pero yun ang spirit. I don't know if you read it. Nagulat ako sa ignorance eh. The sheer ignorance of the tweet. Nag-retire nga ang nag-retire and one of them became Justice of the Supreme Court. Natapos yung term. So mandated and duty talaga ni President to appoint three commissioners, replacements.
Yes, because that is also under the Constitution.
Yes.
Diba?
Basta hindi umabot ng 2 months before the elections. Pwede.
No, pare, we will not even talk about that. Diba you harmonize ako, I will take the position you harmonize these two provisions. Diba? The president shall not make any appointments to the executive department, diba, within a period of 2 months before any general election. Klaro yan.
Yes.
But there is a specific provision on the COMELEC that says that, di ba, the term of office shall be X number of years. Now, nagkataon, yung term of office na yan, ni Guanzon, ni Abbas, and another one,
Chico.
di ba, ended on February 2 this year.
Yes.
Di ba? So, let's take out the mathematics of it kasi bulok talaga ako sa math, di ba?
Oh,
Let us
you
assume
you have something in common with somebody we know.
who?
Bulok sa mathematics din 'yon.
Okay. Hindi, yun talaga bulok kahit ano, di ba? Di ba? Pati sa engineering, sa electrical engineering, bulok yun, di ba? Pati sa geography, sa history, 1947 doon natapos yung gera. Oh. Yun, at least ako math lang. Aminado naman ako, di ba? Anyway, going back, di ba? Let's take out the mathematics of it all, di ba? February 2, may nagkaroon ng vacancy and, di ba, there is an upcoming election. So, di ba, the president is mandated by the Constitution to appoint new commissioners.
Right.
So, that specific section of the Constitution on COMELEC will prevail over that section in the Constitution that talks in general about appointees.
Yes.
Okay, mga kaibigan, that is what you call statutory construction.
Mm-mm.
You do not construe the same law or the same constitution just because there are two seemingly conflicting provisions. Hindi mo pagsasabungin yan.
Mm.
Ang gagawin mo is you interpret them together.
Mm.
So, ang interpretation, the proper interpretation is that provision that prohibits the president from making appointments to the executive will not apply to appointments to the COMELEC kasi nga yung sa COMELEC may specific section.
Mm. And
Parang ganito yan mga kaibigan di ba? Parang ganito yon. Ang analogy ko dyan is no crossing or no left turn from 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. Di ba? Siyempre, yung ano na yan, di ba, 9 a.m. to 8 p.m., no left turn, di ba? Whether nakamotor ka, bisikleta o nakakotse, di ba? So, yan, klaro, 9 a.m. to 8. Pero pagdating ng 8:01 ng gabi, pwede na.
Yung isa sa ginagawa na ng issue, it happens, no? Is that one of the COMELEC commissioners used to handle the cases of BBM.
Not only BBM.
Apat sila.
He was also lawyer of Grace po.
And Isko.
Oh,
yes.
So what's the problem? Why? How come? Sino to? Sixto Brillantes was the lawyer of Noynoy, and Noynoy appointed him as chairman of the COMELEC. So what's your problem?
Si Andy Bautista. Kamag-anak.
Yeah, he was lawyer of Mar. Kaya nga natalo eh. Ay. Diba? Hindi, I couldn't help it. Sorry Diba?
Kaya these are the way they selectively complain about seemingly anomalies or things that are wrong. Pero pag kinonfront mo sila sa behavior ng mga taong sinuportahan nila,
tahimik
bigla.
Or ipagtatanggol nila. Hindi, iba to eh. Diba? Reminds me of a conversation one of my bosses had with a former human rights lawyer during the Marcos years who became a very, very powerful politician during Cory's time. Diba? So my boss told him, hindi ko nang babanggitin yung pangalan, pero sinabi sa kanya, diba pinaglalaban natin dati was nepotism and dynasty. Diba? Bakit ngayon na bababa ka, yung asawa mo yan patatakbuhin mo? Bakit naman ganon? Alam mo sagot? Hindi, iba to eh.
Diba?
Yun ang sinabi. Hindi, iba to eh. Siyempre, yung boss ko, hindi na nag-follow up question. Diba? Kasi kung ako yun, follow up question, paano naging iba? Diba? Iba pangalan nyo? Yun lang? But you're doing exactly the same thing.
Yeah.
Mm.
Hindi, parang ano din eh, similar to the way they characterize Marcos as magnanakaw. Although they cannot personally pinpoint what Marcos BBM actually did to steal anything. Pero sabihin na natin beneficiary by association. Kung sinasabi nila Marcos Sr. was a thief and beneficiary si Marcos Jr. or BBM, then he's by extension thief by extension, no? Parang
by osmosis.
By osmosis.
Parang halaman yan eh, di ba?
Then how can we now reconcile their failure to call out during the time of the Dilawans?
Yun.
Kamag-anak Incorporated.
Yeah, hindi pare. I'll be more specific. Ito, may listahan ako ha. Okay, babasahin ko. Okay. Number 1, Dengvak siya. Number 2, Yolanda. Number 3, MRT. Number 4, Comelec. Number 5, Laguna Lake. Number 6, no plate available. Number 7, PhilHealth. Number, nasaan ba ako? 8, illegal mining. Number 9, laglag bala. Number 10, Malampaya Fund. Number 11, DAP and PDAF. Ano tawag mo doon, di ba? Number 12, 230 million Labo Bridge. Ito yata yung bridge na nasa highway na wala namang ilog. Number 14, 10 million flagpole. Number 15, 300 million PNR toilet. Di ba? Yung nakahilera yung mga kasilyas doon na wala man lang divider.
Holding hands ka while taking a crap.
Yeah. Number 15, passport scam. Number 16, PNP patrol cars. Di ba? Yung Mahindra na binili na 1.7 million. 1.7 million, thereabouts. Basta, ang sinabi, sa halagang yan, nakabili ka na ng Montero. Ito, open air, di ba? Parang jeep, walang aircon. Di ba? 10 billion senior citizens fund. Ito yata yung ni-realign para makabili ng Dengvak siya. Okay, you tell me now, aren't you all of you also guilty by association with this?
So parang pot calling the kettle black.
Yeah.
Di ba? Tsaka hindi sila principally consistent eh. During the last presidential elections, so, the people running were, aside from President Duterte, Marojas, Jojo Binay, Grace Po. Anong ginawa nila to operate on Jojo Binay? Nagpunta sa Makati Parking Building, nag-helicopter doon sa mga babuyan, kung saan man yon. The irony now is that Binay is running in the same ticket, senatorial, as the same person who
accusers. Yeah.
His accusers.
Ano lang yan, pare? Weather lang yan, di ba? Ika nga, political lang yan. This is all just politics, di ba? In aid of boto lang yun ang mga habol ng mga yan eh.
Di ba?
Di ba? Walang personalan. Boto lang ang habol natin dyan.
And these people who are running, yung naninira sa pamilyang Duterte, when the elections were running and they were running and hindi sila kalaban, they went to Davao to make a pilgrimage to ask for votes.
Di ba? Kandarapa yan. Di ba?
Kandarapa sila to get endorsement.
Pila yan. Halos lumuhod ang mga yan.
Di ba? Ano nga pati nga yung media di ba? Why would President Duterte be so popular during the time of the elections? The media was fawning over him, his legend, cleaning up Davao City, including Rappler. Pia Ranyada was writing glowing articles about the president. In fact, dinala pa ni President Duterte si Pia Ranyada sa ospital nung na-sprain yung paa.
Nahulog sa kanal.
Nahulog sa kanal for some reason.
Yeah.
And look at them now. They are parang when they write about the president, kung pwede lang saksakan nilang lahat ng adjectives na negative, sasaksakan nila. Wala nang ibang isusulat.
Correct.
Kundi, di ba? Like what they're doing BBM. Anak ng diktador, magnanakaw, link to corrupt. Di ba? Parang ganon.
Yeah.
Ano ka nagugulat ka sa well, of course, sabi nga nila, if Dilawans had no double standards, they'd have none.
Yeah. Hindi, ano na yan pare, di ba? Alam na natin yan. Ano na yan di ba? I mean, this is what, in my lifetime, this is pang ilang presidential election na to for me, di ba? That's given na yan pag sila tumatakbo Kasi nga, wala naman kasi silang track record or accomplishment na pwedeng ibandera.
I'm
Diba?
just worried kasi right now pag ikaw nag-venture ng secondary opinion based on your own experience and discernment of what is going on, na-weaponize kasi yung fact-checking The way they have, di ba? Pag ikaw magsusulat ka ng opinion, hindi ka naman nag-claim na reporter ka
Oo nga.
Hindi ka naman member ng media. Well, we are, no? But we are also saying that in our individual logs or vlogs or accounts, we are private people.
Right.
With our own right to
And we don't
express.
pretend to know everything.
You're right.
Diba?
Tapos sasabihan tayo ng fake news. What we're not saying na we're reporters, we're not fake news. Parang di ko gets yung standard
Hindi, ako pare, I will not be, pare ako, I've taken the position, I refuse to be defensive Di ba? Ako, tatanong kayo, hindi fake news. Ano yung sinabi ni Maria Ressa? Si Alusoni daw, yung nagsunog doon sa Resorts World. Maria Ressa, you still stand by your story?
Hindi kasi I'm worried.
Ito yung si Wilfredo King, na sinabi niya na ito daw kay Corona, kay Chief Justice Corona, kay may kaso daw na drug lord daw. You still stand by your story? Mind you got convicted because of that. Because napatunayan hindi totoo. Naglabas si Mr. King ng mga certification. Walang kaso si Mr. King, walang ang dami, NBI, PNP, Crime Lab, CIDG, Army. You still stand by your story? Sino ngayon sa ating dalawa ang sinungaling? Ikaw on record na sinungaling ka. You even got convicted for your lying.
What? Kasi because of that pare, nag-worry din tuloy ako. They have the memorandum agreement with Comelec. Rappler is now partnered.
Which has been suspended, di ba?
Suspended, yes. But the idea may TRO pa. Kalida took on the case. He would have sued his own client.
Yeah.
Technically, the OSG is client niya yung
Should
Comelec.
represent the Comelec.
But he's now in the position he's suing his own client. But in this case, what's worrisome about the MOAs, I read from Maluti Kia, who's big fan, and other, is that, anong extent kasi partner siya ng Comelec So, kung yung tungkol sa anything election related, para silang may authority to cut you off in social media with backing of our own government. Diba? We cannot even defend our government if Comelec through Rappler or Rappler through Comelec's MOA would say that we are wrong.
Yeah.
We would, diba? Alarming. They are the least credible of the online outlets based on a survey.
Mas naniniwala pa ang tao sa mga tabloid
Hindi, wala naman sa format yan nasa credibility ng writers yan So regardless kung tabloid yan o newspaper, if it really is backed up by facts, maniniwala talagang tao doon. Ang problema, ang daming sablay ng Rappler They mix opinion with facts.
Diba? It's called editorializing.
Editorializing.
That's editorializing. because you are inserting your own opinions there.
Correct. Like what happened doon sa opinion ni same with Verifiles. Look at what they did with the statement of Lenny regarding Ukraine. Naglagay pa sila ng context. But literally, when we were just reposting what she literally said, that's not fake news.
Yeah.
Pero nung para lang magkaroon ng reason para ibaba sa newsfeed yung embarrassment of comment na yun, they pointing out there's something wrong with literally just quoting what she said, what Lenny said about Ukraine and the similarity with the Philippines.
Narinig ko yun, ha? I was listening to that. She said,
yes,
it should be like Ukraine.
The context being that kung ginaya natin ang ginawa ng Ukraine na umasa sa pangako ng mga puti, di ba? Na tayo ang makikipagsapakan sa China as proxies of the the West.
Tapos tutulungan tayo
like Ukraine. So anong naging development doon? Napahiya siya because nalaglag ang Ukraine. So you want us to follow, basically ang premise natin is you are asking us to follow a failure.
Correct. And it's not as if you could not have foreseen that because in 2012 it was already proven. 'Di ba?
Even Biden
pinadala yung barko natin, hinarap yung China, sabi ko okay lang yan, darating yung kano, nandiyan na, nag-aabang na. Linusob tayo ng China, nag-iisa yung barko natin, walang kano. Kung hindi ka ba naman isa't kalahating ewan, di ba? Aasa ka pa, ewan ko ba?
That's what that's basically what Roque said during the debate. Sabi ni Roque, it's a dead treaty.
Yeah.
Di ba? Never, kung umasa ka sa automatic provisions na yan, na parang sinapak mong China, pag aambahan ka na ng China, biglang magpapakita
babangon si Amerika, tabi, ako na dyan. Hindi mangyayari yun. Problema sana, kung papasok man yung mga kano, how long do we have to hold out? Nagsabi ba sila na, we're not even talking about the possibility of them joining. Let's premise it on talagang, they have our backs. Ano yung trigger? Gaano katagal from the time of the incident until they respond? Kasi every hour... And when you say respond, pare, that is actual sending of troops.
Yes. Warm bodies to fight the Chinese.
Saan sila manggagaling? Guam. How many hours sailing time is that or days? What? 12 hours? 24 hours?
Pare, you know how long intercontinental ballistic missile can travel from China or Russia to the United States? That's barely an hour.
Yeah. From China to here, it's about what? 10 minutes.
10 minutes. Ano ang ating land-based defense or sea-based defense to stop those kinds of mass weapons? Do we have a missile defense system? Are we part of the satellite defense system, the US? Pare, the latest we have are attack helicopters. Dalawa lang, kararating lang.
And that's counterinsurgency.
That's counterinsurgency.
Diba?
Now, we're not saying to just lie down when whatever China. No, lalaban tayo in what way we can. But if we're going to be premising na dapat aggressive tayo because America's our back, that's reckless.
Doesn't mean, mga kaibigan, laban doesn't mean na susugod ka makikipagsapakan. Hindi. Dapat ginagamit din ito.
Diba? Being brave to fight does not endorse recklessness.
Correct.
Diba? Hindi ginawa to. Noy. He was deliberately provoking China. Kita mo nangyari, ilang taon tayong hindi nakapagpangisda doon sa kinuha ng China. Sino ang nawalan? Si Noy ba? Hindi. Yung mga mangingisda natin.
And Noy is not here anymore.
Well, may he rest wherever he is. Ganon eh. You know, all these things, now we have a problem now. Malampaya is running out of gas.
Yeah.
And we are in desperate need of new sources of either revenue or energy because Russia and the Ukraine's crisis will escalate and hindi na nagko-contribute ang Russia sa oil supply. Kaya itong Amerika ngayon, nakikisuyo na dun sa mga bansang sinira niya, Venezuela and Iran and Iraq or Iran to give them more oil. Dahil without the Russians oil, tataas yung presyo ng heating sa Europe, which is the first customers.
Yeah. And it's still winter there. Although malapit na mag-spring, di ba? Ngayon, around March late March, nagsispring na yan. Pero kahit na, malamig pa rin.
Oo. So, paano ngayon yan? At in the near future, the dollar will no longer be that significant because China, India, and Russia are forming a financial group. They will trade among themselves without the dollar.
Correct. You see, akala nyo, di ba, kaya yung pilipitin ang leeg ng Russia, di ba? Di ba, pitpitin natin ang leeg niyan, di ba? Magsosorry yan, di ba? Luluhod yan sa atin. Sige, sorry na hirap na kami. Anong ginawa? Halika nga dito, mag-usap-usap tayo. Sabi ko nga, di ba, scenario pare in my head di ba? Nakikita ko si Vladimir Putin, tatawag, Rodrigo, halika nga rito, mag-usap tayo. Ano kailangan mo? Langis? Ito langis. Trade tayo. Yung wheat ko, hindi ko mabenta. Ayaw bilhin ng Russia. Kayo na rin dyan sa Pilipinas ang bumili. Bigyan ko ng ganitong presyo para hindi lang mabulok. Mura. Di patay. Ano ka ngayon? Nga ka ngayon.
Yun nga anong ginawa anong latest record ng US? They left Afghanistan within a few days. Bagsak ang gobyerno.
Hindi lang yun pare, di ba? Yung Afghanistan full circle. Di ba? Pinasok nila, tinanggal nila yung Taliban after spending trillions and 20 years and so many dead, bumalik na naman ang Taliban.
Yeah.
And ang nakakatawa doon, itong Taliban, nung nandoon ng Russia, yung Soviet Union, di ba, pinasok ang Afghanistan, di ba, yung US, pinondohan ang Taliban. Binigyan ng armas, binigyan na ng pera, ayon. Diba? Ang gagaling ninyo. Ibang klase, ang gagaling nyo talaga.
Right. So, let's go back to the elections. You have now the Unity Party and you have now the Pinks. Mayroon akong nakitang tweet or post from Professor Clarita Carlos and as well as of course our good friend Professor Antonio Contreras. To watch the surveys kasi mukhang there's a magic going on. What can you say to that, my friend?
Yeah, pare, di ba? It looks like, di ba, yung surveys give up sila.
Yeah.
Give up sila, di ba? Wala, kahit anong masahe talaga, wala talaga So, ang ginagawa nila, gusto nilang palabasin na sinungaling ang survey. Di ba? Kasi, tignan nyo, ang daming tao sa Cavite, ang daming ganito, di ba? Nakita nyo, aerial shot sa mga rally, ang dami-dami nila. Tapos daw, may naririnig ako, pare, dito, chismis sa amin, dito sa Makati, na, mga uma-attend daw sa, may 3,000 daw. Na pabaon, di ba? For BBM. Di ba? Sabi ko, bakit niya gagawin yun? Lamang siya. And we're not talking only about lamang na 2 points, 5 points. Di ba? Lampas doble ang lamang niya. So bakit niya kailangan bumili ng boto? It doesn't make sense.
Right.
Di ba? Kahit sinong taong tanga, hindi gagastos na hindi naman kailangan. So that's what they're doing, pare. They're trying to destroy the surveys by on the ground, Di ba? Let them have their fun. Magkaalaman tayo sa meeting de avance.
Correct. Kasi walang walang, you will not be able to tawag nito, shift supporters from one place to another. Hindi mo maibabas na magmukhang
and
dumami.
It's too late to do anything anymore because usually the meeting avance is 2 days before the election. You cannot do anything anymore. So I would hazard a guess because Inday is there. the 2 million plus who showed up in Luneta in 2016 will show up again. Diba? And I think that should happen. You know why, pare? Diba? Tandaan nyo, di ba? Ang haka-haka, ang chismis. Natakot sila na dayain si Presidente Duterte dahil sa crowd sa Luneta. Kasi, pagka yun, nagalit at binoking kayo at nahuli kayong dinaya nyo si Presidente, lulusubing kayo ng mga yan. Kaya natakot sila. Real talk, BBM did not have that crowd before.
Yes.
He did not have it before. But I would say, I'm very confident in saying, he has that crowd now. Kaya, nasa inyo yan, di ba? Yung mga gustong, history repeats itself, nasa inyo yan kung gusto nyong ituloy yan.
Natuwa ako doon sa sa ikot ng unit team with respect to the local LGU leaders who have endorsed them
Pati yung mga magkalaban,
either local government officials, diba? Because remember, one of the things that was made it mathematically plausible, no, na parang suporta doon sa numbers nung panalo ni Lenny is that nakakasiro si BBM in certain places. Shut out siya. Even if in places where Iglesia had the presence who endorsed him, no? Nasiro siya doon. Kaya nga nagagalit ang Iglesia because it would seem that their votes were mathematically erased or electronically erased. With all the officials endorsing them in all these places, imposibleng magkasiro because at yung kahit nung bibilangin mo man lang at least 1 or 2 nung nag-endorse sa kanya. Not to say the command votes of that particular candidate. Kung nanalo niya at hindi niya na ipanalo si BBM, there's something wrong.
Hindi lang yon pare. Di ba? When a candidate is leading, di ba, you do not have to, kunyari ako kandidato, I'm a leading candidate for president. Di ba? Tambak ang mga kalabang ko. When I go to a place, I do not need to, real talk to mga kaibigan, actual to ha. Ito yung mga nakikita ko at kinikwento sa akin ng mga local leaders sa baba. Yung mga bumababa sa baba. Ganito yan. Pag pumunta yung kandidato, napaka-popular. Yung mismong mga politik doon, yan ang lalapit doon sa kandidato. Okay? And sila na magano kasi ang bukang bibig ng mga ng mga tao ganito. Kunyari, si mayor, si governor, si ganito ang presidente natin. 'Di ba? Pag ayaw nila, sasabihin nila, ay nako, mayor, ayaw namin yan eh. Diba? Si Mayor, tinatamaan din yan kahit papano. Ay, si Mayor, kinakarga si ganito, ayoko naman si ganito, iba na lang iboto natin. So, ang ginagawa ng Mayor or Governor, di ba, sige, bahala na kayo sa Presidente, basta ako dalhin ninyo. Survival yan. Kasi, yung local and national, intertwined yan nagkakaroon ng dynamics yan You see? Why do you think on the local, perfect example pare, dyan sa lugar ninyo sa Caloocan. Campaign manager ni Mar Rojas, tumatakbo ng mayor, di ba? Ano ngayon ang kulay niya?
Anyway, let's leave it hanging to that pare. We are said na final words na tayo. So, I'd like to greet my... Sabi na nga ni Tek So anyway, I'd like to greet my wife Wilma, my 2 kids Grace and Sophia, and of course my mom Wilma. Hi Ma. So thank you for showing up. And sa mga nanood sa atin, sorry hindi namin na-mention mga baka ma-mention natin briefly. Iko Cayetano, RM Anyat Nom, Marlene Crag, June Mariano Ibalio. Thank you for showing for commenting on our feed. Para ikaw.
Yeah, thank you very much, diba? Thank you for allowing us to waste your time again for 1 hour on this Wednesday evening.
Yeah.
Yun lang. Ako naman pare, diba? COVID is, I think, on the retreat, diba? We're slowly beating it, pero it's down but not yet out. So, ganun pa rin, diba? Mask, hugas, iwas, diba? Let's just take care of ourselves. We're almost there. And, let's prepare for this coming the Ukraine-Russia conflict because whether we like it or not, although we are neutral in that quarrel, di ba, tatamaan din tayo. So, let's just brace ourselves and we will be able to get through this.
Okay? So yun, thank you for joining us, guys. Good evening and good night. Good night and God bless.
All right.
Pugad Vloggers, ang kurap titirisin, salot sa bayan wawalisin, walang sasantuhin, ang saya-saya nakakabaliw, kasama natin ang tropang Pugad Vloggers.